Everyone, so I decided to journal my new 100k MFF challenge. So this would be day 1 on this new challenge account. So let's talk about the DAX trade where I made a mistake, and then I'll explain why I did. Usually before the signal bar prints at 2:30 p.m. my time, GMT +8, I usually come on and then I look at the Pepperstone charts on TradingView, and I find my stop loss for both buys and sells. So in this case, the sells for me, I put it below this area here because I didn't want to place it at this double bottom over at this area here. So the entry is over at this area, the correct entry. So the mistake that I made was because when I was analyzing the charts, I didn't have my vertical line drawn up like this. Somehow yesterday, after I flipped between TradingView and MT5, this thing blocked this wick over here and I didn't see. So right before I executed on MT5, I actually saw this 3-bar pattern, which I've highlighted in this gray box here. So again, if you remember the rules, 3-bar patterns have to be a V shape. So we do see a V shape here. It has to close above the 50% of this candle here. So if you were to measure it, since it's the bear bar, go from top to bottom. You can see definitely it closed above the 50%. You don't even need to measure this, but just for the sake of being proper. So definitely this bar is above the 50% mark. So I went long because again, my vertical line was just covering my wick at that point in time, which is a mistake. So the reason why this is not a 3-bar is because if we look at the signal bar itself, it left the top wick on top. So ideally, because it's a V shape, we are intending for price to go upwards. So we don't want to see long wicks like this being left. So if it left a very tiny wick, like probably something like this, I probably would have gone long and the trade likely would have worked out as a 3-bar pattern. But because it left a significant wick like this, it's not going to work out because this could be seen as a rejection of this previous, let me draw up the box, previous support, now turning resistance. So let's talk about stop loss placement. So entry obviously with a buffer below this candle. I used this stop loss here because obviously we had a break of structure over at this area here. I did not use this one, even though we broke structure here, because this is the immediate high right before my signal bar. So I don't use the immediate high, I use the previous one, as long as there's no double top or double bottom over at that area. So now let's have a look at how the trade turned out.